if you are always available for everyone, if you never know how to say no, and if after giving everything to others, you end up feeling empty yourself, then this story is for you. This is the story of Victor. Victor was well known in his village. People would say, if anyone needs help, call Victor. He never says no. If someone was sick, Victor was there. If someone's work was stuck, Victor would fix it. If someone needed time, Victor never checked the clock. People were happy. The village was happy. But no one ever asked, how is Victor himself? Victor had a small farm and a simple little cottage. He had dreams too. But every dream was pushed aside for the needs of others. Because Victor had been taught, a good person is one who helps everyone, but no one had taught him that being a good person doesn't mean you erase yourself. Victor's mother would often quietly ask, son, you are there for everyone, but who is there for you? Victor would smile. He didn't answer, maybe because he didn't have an answer. Then came the day that would change Victor's life forever. The sky was dark with clouds, the wind was loud, and the rain, heavy and relentless. Victor ran to his farm. The crops he had worked on for months, the very crops that supported his home, were drowning in water. At that moment, a voice called out, Victor, my crops are going to be ruined. Please help me. Victor froze. One side his own land, his own hard work, his own future. The other side, someone else's need. And Victor, as usual, put himself last. He went with his friend to save the crops. For hours, he drained water, repaired walls, and even slipped in the mud while working. Meanwhile, his own farm quietly fell apart. When Victor returned home in the evening, his field was empty. The crops were gone. No voice. No thank you. No one asking Victor, are you okay? He sat on the ground. For the first time, Victor asked himself, am I really a good person, or just someone everyone uses? He realized the problem wasn't the rain. The problem was his constant yes. Victor's world stood still, his farm ruined, his heart heavy, every day wasting his energy on others. Then the village's wisest farmer, old George, came to him. George looked at Victor and stayed silent for a moment, then softly said, Victor, you are a good man, it shows. But while giving everything, you forgot the most important thing. Victor nodded. What did I forget? He asked. George looked into his eyes and said, yourself, your hard work, your dreams, your happiness. You say yes to everyone, but never to yourself. This isn't kindness, Victor. This is erasing yourself. Victor stayed quiet. The words were heavy, but true. George gave him an exercise. For 7 days, whenever someone asks for your help, pause for a moment. Think, can I really help? If not, politely say no. You need to reclaim your energy. Victor promised himself. For the first time he thought, maybe I can't make everyone happy, but I can be happy myself. The 7-day test began. The first day came. A friend came with a basket and said, Victor, please check my crops. He used to say yes immediately, but now he paused, took a deep breath, and said, sorry, my friend, I can't today. My own farm is badly damaged. The friend was surprised, but he understood. Victor felt a strange mix of guilt and freedom. For the first time he realized His decisions could save his own life too. The second day, a neighbor asked for help. Victor paused and politely said no. Guilt came again. Am I being selfish? But he remembered George's words. Kindness and erasing yourself are not the same. As the days passed, Victor slowly realized every no was a small victory, a small freedom, a step toward reclaiming his life. By the end of the week, Victor's farm got his attention again. He repaired his roof. For the first time, he worked for himself. And for the first time, he felt, I am important. I matter. And I can say yes to myself. Weeks passed. Victor's life finally felt calm. He cared for his farm, fixed his home, and protected his energy. People were amazed. The old Victor was always there for everyone. But now, Victor had learned boundaries. People asked, Victor, how did your farm become so good? How are you so calm? Victor smiled and said, I said yes to myself for the first time. And the truth was, people respected him now. Those who used to take advantage now honored his choices. His kindness was valued. Because he didn't say yes to everyone, he was winning for himself too. Victor's health improved, his farm thrived, and most importantly, his heart was at peace. Old George returned and said, See, the world doesn't fall apart. When you set boundaries, everything improves. You saved your life and became an example for everyone. And the most important lesson is this. Kindness is beautiful, but saying yes to everyone and forgetting yourself is not. Victor taught us that. Saying yes to yourself, protecting your energy and time, is the greatest strength. When you know your limits, you protect yourself and become better for others too. So today, protect your heart, your mind, and your time. Balance everything. Value every moment of your life. Remember, it's easy to be good for everyone, but being good for yourself, that is the greatest success.